जयम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमती डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रीला प्रभुपाद की। जयम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमती डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रीला प्रभुपाद की। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जायमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपः कुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। Hare Krishna. This morning we are discussing from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4th, entitled The Creation of Fourth Order, Chapter 16th, The Praises of King Prithu by Professional Reciters, Text 17. Matra Bhakti Parastrishu Patnyam Ardha Ivatmanah Prajasu Pitruvat Snigdha Kinkaro Brahmavadinam Matra Bhakti Parastrishu Matra Bhakti Parastrishu Patnyam Ardha Ivatmanah Patnyam Ardha Ivatmanah Prajasu Priyavat Snigdha Prajasu Pitravat Snigdha Kinkaro Brahmavadinam Kinkaro Brahmavadinam Matra Bhakti Parastrishu Patnyam Ardha Ivatmanah Prajasu Pitravat Snigdha Kinkaro Brahmavadinam Matra Bhakti Parastrishu Patnyam Ardha Ivatmanah Prajasu Pitravat Snigdha Kinkaro Brahmavadinam. Please recite. प्रजासु पितृवस्निग्धा किंकरो ब्रह्मवादिना मातृभक्ति परा स्त्रीषु मत्यामर्धैवात्मनः प्रजासु पितृवस्निग्धा करो ब्रह्मवादिना मातृभक्ति परा स्त्रीषु पत्न्यामर्धैवात्मनः प्रजासु पितृवस्निग्धा किंकरो ब्रह्मवादिना. Anybody from Vaishnavis? We'll see what word meaning. Matra Bhakti, as respectful as one is to his mother. Parastrishu, to other women. Patnyam, to his own wife. Ardha, half. Iva, like. Atmanaha, of his body. Prajasu, unto the citizens. Pitrivat, like a father. Snigdha, affectionate. Kinkara, servant. Brahmavadina, of the devotees who preach the glories of the Lord. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation. The king will respect all women as if they were his own mother, and he will treat his own wife as the other half of his body. He will be just like an affectionate father to his citizens, and he will treat himself as the most obedient servant of the devotees who always preach the glories of the Lord. Please recite the translation in response. The king will respect all women as if they were his own mother, and he will treat his own wife as the other half of his body. He will be just like an affectionate father to his citizens, and he will treat himself as the most obedient servant of the devotees who always preach the glories of the Lord. Purport. A learned man treats all women except his wife as his mother, looks on others' property as garbage in the street, and treats others as he would treat himself, his own self. These are the symptoms of a learned person as described by Chanakya Pandit. This should be the standard of education. Education does not mean having academic degrees only. One should execute what he has learned in his personal life. These learned characteristics were verily manifest in the life of King Prithu. Although he was the king, he treated himself as the servant of the Lord's devotees. According to the Vedic etiquette, if a devotee came to the king's palace, the king would immediately offer his own seat to him. The word Brahmavadina is very significant. Brahmavadi refers to the devotees of the Lord. Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagwan are different terms for the Supreme Brahman, and the Supreme Brahman is Lord Krishna. This is accepted in Bhagavad Gita 10.12 by Arjuna, Param Brahma Param Dhama. Thus the word Brahmavadina refers to the devotees of the Lord. The state should always serve the devotees of the Lord, and an ideal state should conduct itself according to the instructions of the devotee. Because King Prithu followed this principle, he is highly praised. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन भगवान की, श्री श्री गौरनिताय चंद्र भगवान की, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की। First of all, I seek blessings from all the assembled devotees, in particular His Grace Anandmay Prabhu, so that I can speak something on this character of King Prithu Maharaj. So King Prithu, having born from the dead body of Vena, is now being glorified by the professional reciters, and they are foretelling what King Prithu Maharaj will be like. So to have a very, very qualified king is a blessing for the citizens, because if a king is very, very qualified and very adherent to his religious principles, he sets an example for all the citizens. So that is the reason why a religious king is most wanted in a kingdom. So here the professional reciters are glorifying King Prithu. At the same time, they are setting a standard for what a king should be like. So in the past few verses, you will see the glorious qualities of a king are mentioned. It is mentioned sometimes that he is like Mother Earth. He will tolerate all the offenses committed against him. He will exact taxes exactly like sun. So like that, there are so many examples are given to enumerate what qualities a king should have. In this particular verse, particularly, it is mentioned 4 qualities of a king. The first quality is Matra Bhakti Parastrishu. So a king, or in general any man other than his wife, should consider other women as his own mother. So not following this etiquette, there are many people in this Kali Yuga who are following the footsteps of Ravana. So we know the demons like Ravana or Hiranyakashipu, they are very fond of enjoying with the wives of others. So much so that when Ravana was in this pursuit of enjoying with other wives, he was cursed by one of the person that any time you force upon yourself on any other woman, you will die. So that is the reason why Ravana was indirectly forcing Mother Sita to accept voluntarily Ravana as her husband. So that is the situation of demons who do not follow this principle. Whereas those who are righteous kings means devotee kings, they follow this principle. We have this example of Arjuna. We all know Arjuna, amongst all the 5 Pandavas, was very, very famous. So when Pandavas were living in incognito, not incognito, this is in one verse only, Arjuna had that chance of going to heavenly planets. So Arjuna had earlier heard that in one of his Purvaja, his name was Puru. Puru's wife was Urvashi. When he went to heavenly planet, he was with Indra. And in that assembly, he happened to hear that there is Urvashi also. So Arjuna kind of got interested, in Urvashi, not for enjoying, but to know who is my ancestral mother. Urvashi, of course, had a kind of a curse that she should be born in earthly planet to live a life with a king. And Puru also had a similar desire. And Puru and Urvashi enjoyed, and so because of that, the Vamsha grew. So Arjuna, when he was interested in knowing who is Urvashi, Urvashi thought that Arjuna is interested in enjoying her. Because in heavenly planet, this principle of Matra Bhakti is not applicable there. This is applicable in earthly planet. So in a heavenly planet, no one becomes old. Even if somebody is like on the about to die, also looks young only. Only thing is when their death comes, they suddenly die. In earthly planet, a person grows, and when he starts becoming old, he slowly becomes dysfunctional. His senses are not active as he was at the time of his young. So Urvashi, even though she is very elderly to Arjuna, as per the calculations of time, she never looked like as if she is old woman. She always used to look young. And in heavenly planet, many men used to aspire for Urvashi's association. Nobody would say no to Urvashi. So when Urvashi saw that Arjuna has come, actually saying Arjuna should be like grandson of her own self. But because she was in heavenly planet, and now that Arjuna is also in heavenly planet, she thought that no problem, Arjuna is interested in me, I can have association of Arjuna. So then seeing that Arjuna is interested in Urvashi, Indra's mentality, Indra is like that, so his mentality is also like that. He also thinks that if other person is interested in woman, means he may be interested in enjoying the woman. So Indra gave a hint to Urvashi that, today you can be with Arjuna. And Arjuna saw Urvashi, and Arjuna very respectfully spoke to Urvashi that, my dear mother, you are my great grandmother. Whereas Urvashi said that all is not applicable here. I am interested in associating with you. And Arjuna said, how is it possible? Matravad means mother says, mothers. How can I even think of enjoying with you? So the conversation goes on, and finally Urvashi becomes frustrated. But what a eunuch kind of a person you are. A very young, beautiful woman, Apsara, is standing in front of you, asking for your association, and you are telling no. Better you be a non-manly eunuch. So Arjuna accepted the curse rather than enjoying with Urvashi. So that was the character of Pandavas. Whereas you will see Kauravas, they did not have this quality. This Duryodhana and Dushasana, although they knew that Draupadi is now married to Yudhishthira and all the Pandavas, they always had a bad eye towards Draupadi. So graphically that when the Pandavas lost this match, they demanded Draupadi that now you should come and enjoy, make our senses enjoy. You should be like wife for us, dasi for us. So this is a contrast between devotee kings and demoniac kings. So Matra Bhakti Parastrishu Patnyam Ardha Ivatmanaha. Patnyam Ardha Ivatmana means one who considers his wife as his own half body. So now it may look little difficult to understand this aspect, but if you understand through examples, it will be very easy. So we know in the Bhagavatam there is a pastime of Lord Shiva and Sati. So Lord Shiva always used to consider Sati as his own half body. So there is a pastime there comes where Sati wanted to go to his father's home without the permission of Lord Shiva. So there is a conflict of interest between husband and wife, and we saw what consequences Sati had to face. However, the idea of half body is that her pains and pleasures are my pains and pleasures. What makes her happy, I should try to do that. Just like everyone in this material world wants to take care of their body very nicely, right? Nobody thinks that, I should eat rotten food, my clothes should be dirty. Generally, nobody feels like that. So similarly, Patnyam Ardhaivatmana means we take care of wife the way we take care of our own self. The way you eat, the way you dress yourself, the way you want yourself to be respected, you respect your wife. And anybody who insults your wife is not tolerated by you. Just like somebody insults you, you don't tolerate it. Similarly, somebody insults your wife, you become intolerant to them also. So this is Patnyam Ardhaivatmanaha. Prajasu Pitravat Snigdhaha. Means a king is like a father. Why? Because father provides necessities. Father agrees to give whatever is necessary for a child to grow. So the citizens, just like a child, when a father is very qualified and rich, the child does not have this anxiety. Like when we were small children, we never had that anxiety that tomorrow will I get food. Nobody was thinking that after 2 months I may have to take job. If father stops earning, how will I get food? These all thoughts does not cross a child who is very well taken care by father. So similarly, all these citizens are loved by the king as a father because the father provides all the necessities. So the king used to provide all the necessities to the citizens. As much as a father provides a child. Like when father provides a child food, after the child eats food, he will not put a bill. But, food bill is 300 rupees, you pay me. So similarly, kings used to arrange for free residences and free food to all the citizens. Only luxuries used to be on sale, like gold, jewels, silk cloth. These were on sale. Normal cloth like cotton and other cloths which are very simple for living, they all were distributed free. Food was completely free. Vegetables, even in historic time in India, even before Mughals attacked, there were places in the cities and town where the vegetables used to be kept for free. Anybody would like come and take and go. So this is the nature of a king, that he provides the necessities for everyone. He will exact taxes only when it is needed, and from the taxes he will distribute it to the citizen. Not even a single money of the tax he pockets himself. Like in these days we see that many people want to get into politics. But the reason for them is not that Jana Seva. Hardly anybody would have even thought of Jana Seva before getting into politics. The sole and the only reason is how I can pocket more money by being a politician. So that is not the case of Prithu Maharaj. Prithu Maharaj and generous kings, great kings, they never pocket the money of the citizen for their sense gratification. The treasury was so nicely kept that every money that comes into the treasury of the king used to be accounted properly for how the treasury has come and how it is being spent. Whereas now the situation in Kali Yuga is very, very precarious. Nobody follows these ideal principles. Chanakya Pandit, Prabhupada quotes this verse, which is very, very famous. Prabhupada in many, many lectures quotes this. Matravat paradhareshu paradhavyani loshtavat. So Matravat paradhareshu we discuss. Paradhavyani loshtavat. Paradhavyani loshtavat means others' properties we consider it as dust. Like for example, when we go home, we come across so much dust on the street. Do we carry that dust and go and put it in the home? We don't do it. We allow wherever the dust is lying, we allow the dust to be lying there only. So paradravyani lostavat means others' property. If it does not belong to me, it is called others' property. Others' property, if you see, you just consider it as lostavat, it is dust. No matter that dust may look yellowish color like gold, or it may look like money. Lostavat means lostavat, does not belong to me. Just like there is one pastime, Sanatan Goswami had this Chintamani. Chintamani means money producing machine. People are now interested in money. If somebody is given money producing machine, how much he will be very careful in taking care of that. But Sanatan Goswami had that Chintamani in a dustbin. He also considered, what is the use of all the wealth in this world? Just throw it in the dustbin. So when a person got to know that Sanatan Goswami is having this Chintamani in a dustbin, he asked, what is the more valuable than Chintamani? And then Sanatan Goswami gave him this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So paradravyani lostavat, that which does not belong to me should be considered as dust. Should never aspire for others' property. In the Vedic times, even when Brahmanas were given more charity than they actually required, the Brahmana would in turn give up that more charity to others who are in needy. He would never unnecessarily accumulate. So this is the qualities of being a Pandita. Pandita does not mean that you know how to run a technology. Quite often in the modern times, when a child becomes very expert in playing with the technology, the mother and child says that he is very learned. He can know how to run, how to use a mobile. He is very learned. Their measurement of being learned is so limited that they think that if somebody is able to run a technology nicely, very learned, very intelligent, they tell like that. Atmavat sarva bhutani. Atmavat sarva bhutani means you respect every other person the way you would like to be respected by them. We should not unnecessarily insult a person based on his external characteristics of color or belonging to some caste or being rich or poor in the society. That is Atmavat Sarva Bhutani. In history, in the Vedic times, very, very graphic examples are given. Like when Dronacharya was a very, very poor person, he went to his friend Drupada and he asked for a very simple living lifestyle. He said that I am living in such and such place, and now that I have begotten this son called Ashwathama, I need some help to maintain myself. And you will see that Drupada, how insultingly he spoke to him. For Drupada, it was not at all difficult to just maintain him. But because of his own pride, he insulted Dronacharya in a very bad way, and he had to face the consequences of that. So Atmavat Sarva Bhutani should be followed not just by the king but by everyone else. If you are dealing with somebody, you should try to see what situation he is in and then understand and then deal with him accordingly. Saha Pashyati Sa Panditaha. So this is from Chanakya Pandit's teachings for moral conduct. So this is a quality of a Panditaha. And the other aspect where Prabhupada emphasizes in this purport is Kinkaro Brahmavadinaha. So Brahmavadinaha means those who are preachers of Krishna consciousness. So the preachers of Krishna consciousness, so to say, are above the king. The king should never think that now that I have become king, so there is no one superior to me. So this is what was the understanding of Vena. Vena thought that now that I am king, so I am supreme personality of Godhead. There is nobody to guide me. Whereas here Prithu Maharaj considers himself to be the servant of all those who are in preaching movement. So preaching movement, those who are engaged in preaching movement, they are very close to Krishna. And to be servant of such persons is a privilege. It is not some inhuman activity. In the Chaitanya Charitamrit, we have a very wonderful example of King Prataparudra. So although he was king of entire Orissa, he was very, very humble in front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is not that he respected only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he considered others as waste. Like sometimes some very rich person treats one great guru only with respect and all other people he considers not worthy of respect. It should not be like that. When Prataparudra, he was repeatedly asking the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that I want mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Tell me what is necessary, I will do that. When he got to know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not wanted to meet a king, because king generally has lot of material possessions. And generally a person goes to king generally to beg, right, to ask something from him. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in the mood that I am a sannyasi, I don't want anything else. If I go and meet king, people will think that I went to meet king to ask something. Right? Have you ever seen that a very poor person goes to a king and he comes out without being asking anything? Not everyone is like Sudama. He went to Krishna, although he wanted to ask at one point of time, but he did not ask anything, he just came out. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in that mood that I will not ask anything, I will not meet only. Prataparudra. So Prataparudra, to get the blessings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his devotees, he dressed himself like a very simple mendicant during the event of Rath Yatra. And then all the devotees who were with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they encouraged Prataparudra that you please go and fan and massage the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is resting. And while Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is resting, Prataparudra sang very wonderful songs. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was enamored to see that who is this one who is singing so wonderfully. So then a very, very instructive verse comes from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Raja kahe, ami tomar dase ranudas, bhrityera bhritya kare, ei mora as. So Prataparudra says, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks, who are you? Generally, kings will have many, many honorific titles. Like, what do you say? Lokapalak, Digvijay, so many titles he will have. And then, like, when king is coming into the assembly, his name is announced in a very pictorial way. But whereas here, Prataparudra, he says, Raja kahe, ami tomar dase ranudas. I am servant of your servant. Vrityera vritya kare, ei moras. Please make me servant of your servant. This is my plea. Ei moras means this is my plea. So this should be the, mood of a king. That I am servant of all those who are Hari Bhaktas. Those who are devotees of the Lord. I serve them. So, having just spoken is also not sufficient. The king should make himself more visibly clear that, he is serving the devotees of the Lord. He is serving the Lord. Just by saying that, I follow some religious principle is not sufficient. So, Prithu Maharaj used to engage so many of his citizens in the service of Lord. He used to make temples and make Archana Vidhi very, very prominent. So king should be like that. He should be interested in building temples and he himself should be visiting temples. That is the ideal king. In many of the South Indian temples, if you go, you will see that in big gopurams, in the entrance of the gopurams, you will see the stone carving of a king. So when I asked, I was answered that the king wants to take dust of all the devotees who are entering and coming out of the temple. So in many of the temples, even if you go to Sri Rangam, you will see the Chola kings who made this temple, they engraved their kind of statue at the feet of all the devotees. Generally, people would like to see their names more visibly written so that people will glorify. But ideally, the king would like to be at the feet of all these devotees who are serving the Lord. Hmm? So when the king becomes servant of these devotees, then he will get yasha, he will get fame, he will get all the uh, qualities of a very good king. Hmm? Whereas if the king disregards the Brahmanas, he will disregard the Vaishnavas, all his fame is just time bound. He will immediately lose all this fame. Hmm? So here Prabhupada takes out time and says Brahmavadina means who are devotees of the Lord, and a king should ideally worship them. Prabhupada also writes that any devotee used to come to the assembly of the king should offer his own seat. It is not that he will tell the Brahmanas, okay, you sit there. It is not that he keeps waiting these devotees. Any time a devotee, any time who is a sannyasi, who is a preacher of Krishna consciousness, should be given the chance to directly go and meet the king. The king will never keep them waiting, saying that I am busy now, you come after some time. It's not the situation like that. So with these all qualities, when King Prithu Maharaj will rule, he will establish a perfect religious system. He will establish what is a happy state of life for all the citizens. So most often in the modern times, people try to do this without being God-centered. Without Lord Ramchandra, they want Ramaraj. So that does not work like that. When a king first becomes servant of Lord, servant of devotees of the Lord, then all these happiness, natural prosperity and auspiciousness pervades the kingdom. In the Bhagavatam, we have examples of all these kings. King Ambarish Maharaj also used to always consider himself as servant of all these devotees. In this way, when a very wonderful king rules the citizens, rules the kingdom, then there is a scope of happiness in this material world. However, in many of the purports in the past, you will see that Prabhupada mentions that in Kali Yuga, all these qualities are missing in the king. In Kali Yuga, there is only one good quality, that simply by chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we can achieve that which otherwise would have been very difficult. Kale doshanidhe rajan asti he eko mahan guna kirtanadasya krishnasya mukta sangha paramajet. So at least in this time and age, we should have kings or administrators who will promote this Sankirtan movement. So Prabhupada also tried to meet some of the very prominent personalities, not with any ask, but the only ask was help in promoting this Krishna consciousness movement. Many times in lectures, Prabhupada says, all this intelligent class of people should come together and support this Krishna consciousness movement. So by having these examples, by examples of Prithu Maharaj, we can at least aspire that someday we will have a very righteous king. So these are all what I thought we will discuss in today's class. There are many more qualities, many more glorious activities of King Prithu, which all these professional reciters continue to express about Prithu Maharaj. So anybody has any question in this context, any comments in this regard, they can please do so. Any questions? Okay, thank you all very much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.